Recently, I was asked to come up with a provocative question for founder entrepreneurs, and I didn't hesitate because there's a question that's been on my mind for a while now, and it is this. If you were guaranteed the same amount of money over the same time period, which of the following two exit scenarios would you prefer? Scenario A, bootstrapping a small, low-profile company with a small team and maintaining majority control. Or Scenario B, you raise venture capital and you manage a high-profile company with a big team, but your equity gets whittled down to a single digit. So again, in both scenarios, you end up with the same amount of money over the same time period. But your experience running the company and the amount of control and autonomy that you retain looks very different. I think it's a fascinating question, and here's what got me thinking about it. In January, I posted a video breaking down the financial details of the sale of my company, and it went viral. If you haven't seen it, go find it. It's pinned to the top of my TikTok page. Now, when this video went viral, it got a lot of attention from a very unexpected group of people. Venture capitalists and the founders they fund. Now, if you know my story, you know that circle of influence has never been available to me. And I also assume that when it came to this very rich and powerful group of people, my $25 million exit would be uninteresting and unremarkable. So I couldn't believe it when they were holding up my exit as a shining example of great founder deal making. But here's the thing, what really seemed to capture people's attention is the fact that I was able to hold on to more than 50% of my equity because I bootstrapped the company. And what I learned, much to my surprise, is that founders of companies that exit for way, way more than I did often walk away with less money. I did not realize that a founder with a headline-grabbing 9-figure exit could potentially walk away with less money than I did because of their deal terms and funding rounds. Just listen to this comment from Joy Randalls, and I'm summarizing here. She says, if you look at the numbers for companies which take on venture capital, you will find that most of the time the founders end up owning less than 10% of the company at exit for all of the founders combined. If you sell your company for $200 million and you raised $50 million, most founders walk away with less than Sharon. Mind-blowing, right? I mean, I had no idea. Armed with that information, I ask you again, if you could get $13 million pre-tax from your exit either way, which is what I walked away with, would you rather do it as a struggling bootstrapper who has majority equity and control, or as a VC-funded founder who makes big, sexy headlines, but whose equity gets whittled down to a single digit? In scenario A, you have less security and more risk, but you have more control and more equity. In scenario B, you have less control and less equity, but more public recognition and visibility, and hopefully less financial risk and stress. Maybe. I'd love to know what all of you think. Leave a comment below.